Hey there, I'm meteorologist Jeff Jamison in the CBS 11 newsroom. Just keeping tabs on the latest information coming in on the snow potential that we have late tonight and tomorrow morning. It's looking more and more likely that we're going to see snow here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and a good part of North Texas. I want to take you first to some of our different computer models, and the first one is the NAM. So you'll hear us talk about these computer models quite a bit. The NAM has been the most aggressive with snow and snow totals for this event coming up late tonight into Wednesday morning. So I'll kind of walk you through the different time periods here and stop here at 6 a.m. tomorrow. So this is the time up here. This is 6 a.m. and this blue color here over most of North Texas is snow. Now it looks like the onset of precipitation from west to east will be around 2 or 3 in the morning, peaking in the Metroplex sometime around 5 to 7 a.m. And then the snow will continue to move off to the east later on in the morning. In fact, here's a look at 9 o'clock in the morning. You can see the snow is beginning to shift into northeast Texas. And then one more click forward 3 hours. This is noontime, and by noon, virtually all the snow is in Oklahoma and Arkansas. So this is a quick shot of what will be heavy, wet snow. Now, some of it's going to be mixed with rain. Temperatures themselves here at the surface will be between 30 and 34. So we're not going to be in the 20s, but we will be right around freezing in many locations while this heavy, wet snow is falling. I think some of our bigger issues may be from visibility, just trying to drive through these big, wet, heavy snowflakes. Of course, you get put down an inch or two of snow even on the roads, especially neighborhood roads, secondary roads, you're going to have some issues. So that's what we want to really zero in on tomorrow morning. The commute could be pretty dicey because of the snow and the visibility, and then what comes down onto the ground. Now, the ice we have out there today is beginning to melt more and more, and we'll get above freezing this afternoon, so there'll be fewer areas of ice on the roads later on tonight, which is certainly good news. Let me take you to another computer model. This is our GFS. The GFS computer model has been less willing to go there in terms of snow. In fact, let me take you here. This is midnight tonight, showing nothing. But then once we get to tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., the blue colors here once again indicate snow. The green is rain, and some of this orange indicates where we could have a little bit of sleet mixed in with it. But I want you to notice that the amount and then the duration is really quick. In the GFS, if we go over here, we can see how much precipitation are we talking about. So how much snow is the GFS even thinking is going to occur? And if you look at this panel right here would tell you how much snow accumulation. The GFS, nothing. And it's been this way for the past few runs. So that's something to consider, but I want to show you something else. This is the Schreff, different models that are run, and this kind of a timeline here, what you're looking at. Here is 6 in the morning tomorrow, and you see this big peak in all the line graphs here. You go over to the key, this is snowfall totals. So you can see all the different runs of the Schreff indicate how much snow they're forecasting for tomorrow morning. And this black line here is the mean of all the models, and it is right around 2 inches of snow. So this is something we look at in combination with the models that I showed you, the NAM, the GFS, looking at the European. But you look at these what called Schreff plumes, and so the average is about 2 inches of snow for the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So we take that into account, certainly, and take a look at this. This map is showing us the probability of seeing 1 or more inches of snow tomorrow morning. And you can see right over the Dallas-Fort Worth area and up to the north and northeast, this bright color of red, a 100% chance of seeing at least 1 inch of snow. And you go forward in time a little bit, and this is by tomorrow afternoon, you can see that snow has shifted into Arkansas. But for the morning hours, this is a pretty safe bet, at least according to the Schreff, that we're going to see at least 1 inch of snow over a fairly widespread area in North Texas. Now, here are the chances that we'll see more than 4 inches of snow, and obviously not a sure bet that we're going to see that much snow, but the Schreff is indicating that we have somewhere around 40 to 50% chance, especially north of the Metroplex, that we could see 4 inches or more of snow. So that's something also that we'll be keeping an eye on. But the fact that the SHREF is basically saying 100% chance we'll see an inch of snow over this wide of an area, we're pretty confident we're going to have snow tomorrow. Now the question is how much, and looking at the different models and the averages, I think right now if we said 1 to 4 inches, I think that's a safe range to be in. Let me show you this too. This is another line graph, but these are all the different computer models between the GFS, the RAP, and the NAM. And so all these different lines represent a specific run of those computer models. The thing to pay attention to is that once we get to Wednesday morning, we see a big rise in snow forecast totals. You go over here, here's 5 inches. The average between all the models is this white line here, and it's showing an average of about 2.5 inches of snow for tomorrow morning. So we consider the SHREF, which is saying on average 2 inches, our model run here saying about 2.5 inches of snow, and the fact that we have that range between 1 and 4, I think that's a safe place to be right now. And the snow will come in bands, so it will be that it's very possible that one city has 2 inches of snow, and then you go to the neighboring city, and there may be 3 inches of snow, or less, 1 inch of snow. There are going to be these very thin bands of snow as the system rolls through. Those are hard to forecast until you actually start seeing them show up on the radar. One last image I'll show you, and this is from our friends at the National Weather Service. And a great graphic to kind of once again illustrate what we're thinking. And this is pretty good. This darker color of blue is where the forecast is for 2 to 4 inches of snow, and that includes the Metroplex. I might shift this a little bit farther north, expand it up toward Gainesville and Sherman as well. The lighter blue is where we expect to see 1 to 3 inches of snow. And that includes areas all the way down to Waco, down to Palestine, over toward Breckenridge to the west. So bottom line, looks like widespread snow starting late tonight, starting around 3 in the morning in our western counties, peaking in the Metroplex somewhere between 5 and 7 a.m., but then should be out of here altogether by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, moving off to the east. This is a very quick moving system, but it could lay down 1 to 4 inches of very wet, heavy snow. That's going to accumulate on the grass for sure. It's going to cover some of the secondary roads, but then should begin to melt by tomorrow afternoon, because we do expect temperatures to climb into the lower 40s with some sunshine actually tomorrow afternoon. Now if you get 4 inches of snow tomorrow morning, not all of it's going to melt tomorrow afternoon. It should mainly melt on the roads, but the grassy areas will still have snow on them even Wednesday night into Thursday. So the implications of this are obviously large, including will we get another snow day? If you're a school district looking to make that decision, going to keep a close eye on this forecast, and we will be updating this throughout the day as we get more information coming in. But that's the latest this morning. Hope you have a great day. Many of you probably watching this from home, another day off. So enjoy that, stay warm, and we'll be back later on here at CBS 11, CBSDFW.com.